What is up, everybody? It's Javier with the Enrichtifyers, and today we have quite an interesting story to show you. There's no really good way to get into it, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Emilia Clarke's debut comic book follows a single mom whose secret weapon is her period.
I'm on my period!
Okay. I guess we should have lead a little bit into this. This as soon as I heard this, like, oh, her super weapon is her period, I was like, this is not going to be good, is it? That already sounds dumb on its first level hand, but let's see. As a kid in London, Emilia Clarke got a distinct vibe from a local comic book shop. No girls allowed. Well, that's because everyone in Hollywood views it through this lens. Everything is racist, sexist, and bigoted. Of course they're going to see that. Read a lot of fantasy novels full of rich worlds as a child, like Lord of the Rings. That was always the place my imagination would gravitate toward. Excuse me. Later on, when I went on to Comic Con for the first time at 22 with Game of Thrones, I was amazed at what I saw. Almost entirely men. Later, as tides turned into the industry and hashtag Me Too emerged, I began to look at the community through those eyes, and it was arresting. Clarke started dreaming about what a comic book might look like from her perspective, a notion that quickly gained steam. She recruited an all-female creative team and made a comic featuring what is undoubtedly one of the most progressive female heroes in the genre. Really? Okay. M.O.M. Smother Amantis will publish in July. Ooh, not that long from now. An Image Comics co-written by Clarke and Marguerite Bennett. Sorry if I butchered that name. I keep butchering names in all these videos. MOM is centered on Maya, a busy single parent whose life is upended by the discovery of her superpowers. She's a single mom that's got to get shit done. This was born from the idea that single mothers are superheroes. You need superhuman strength to do that. When you get into your 30s and your friends start having kids, you're like, oh my gosh, I was not aware of what this took. Holy crap. Another key identifier for the character was that all her powers manifest from her menstrual cycle.
I'm on my period!
Okay. So first of all, does anyone out there watching this right now, or just in general, do you think that's a good idea? I want to create a superhero comic. What is her superpowers? Oh, she gets it when she's on her menstrual cycle, when she's on her period. Be like, okay. Like that sounds surprisingly stupid to begin with. Like, first off, that's really lame. If you only get powers during your menstrual cycle, you only get it once a month, which means the other parts of your life are just when you're not on the cycle, just gonna be normal. But even then, like, is that even a good tagline? Forget all that. Is that even a good, like, tagline? Like, oh, what's this hero's powers? Oh, she gets in a menstrual cycle. You think people are going to be like, oh, I want to buy that comic, or I want to see this superhero? Like, what's intriguing about that? Is that intriguing to anyone? That's a really weak tagline. The bloating, the hair growth, the mood swings, the acne, all of it. We hate it when it happens. Speaking for myself and everyone who I've ever met who has had a period, what if we turned that around and made the period something that we can feel as this unique, crazy, superhuman thing that happens in our body? When Maya is scared, she goes invisible. Okay. When she's angry, she has superhuman strength. She can swing like Spider-Man from her armpit hair? Really? Who wants to see that? I don't. And everyone who I know who's found out about this comic so far doesn't either. Like, that's just swinging from armpit hair. That's gonna be a really weird drawing. I want to see that drawing, honestly. See that drawing of Maya swinging from building to building with her armpit hair? Like, that's so weird. If I was a comic book, like, let's say, publisher or whatever, and someone pitched this to me, I'd say no. Like, seriously? Like, armpit hair swinging? Like, this sounds like something out of, like, a Mad comic. or something out of a bad comedy, bad superhero comedy, like something out of Thunder Force. It's bizarre to me. It's bizarre. I don't know what else to say. It's just bizarre. I don't know who thinks this was a good idea, or that it would be even. It'd just be weird. It's so weird. When it comes to menses, the actor thinks it's way past time that we normalize something that's over half the world per population experiences. I mean, what do you mean normalize? Like the fact that we know it happened? Everyone knows it happens. I know it happens. What does that mean to normalize it? Are we saying like it's a taboo in the culture and stuff? Like when someone, when a woman is on her period and like, oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Everyone knows they do it. Everyone knows it happens. It's a part of being a female. Like just in upcoming editions of the 3-part comic miniseries, Maya utilizes inflated boobs to help thwart a human trafficking ring. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is all just so hilarious. So hilarious. Mom, Mother of Madness is currently in pre-sale. Hits July 21st. Well, one thing I will be interested in seeing, I'm probably not going to read the comic because, one, this sounds super bizarre and really stupid and nothing I would be interested in. And plus, I just don't read comic books a lot in general. But I would love to see the sales. Because my guess is this thing is gonna flop. Because the comic book industry, as far as I'm concerned, is failing from what I know about it. And that it's getting beat down by manga. In fact, I believe it was a little earlier this year, in terms of statistics of graphic novels / comic books bought, the top 20 sellers were all manga. None of it American Comics, none of it Marvel Comics, DC, none of the new stuff. All the new stuff that was sold, the top 20 stuff regarding graphic novels and comics, all manga. From Japan. And this is just bizarre to me. This bizarre idea. Woman gets her power from her period and she swings with her armpit hair. Does that sound good to anyone? Because that just sounds stupidly bizarre. And I'd be like, no, I'm not going to make that. Who would I sell that to? Be like a very small niche audience, if any. Who knows, maybe I'm out of touch, but I don't think so. Because everyone I know who knows about this comic is turned off by the idea. It's like, no, this is just weird. So, yeah, so we have this to look forward to. Another weird comic. Another thing to not get excited about, at least for me. If you're excited about it, more power to you. I hope it lives up to your expectations. Okay, I think that's about it for this video. I really have nothing else to say. This is just bizarre. It's blowing. It's just breaking my brain. So I think I'm just going to end it here. I have nothing else to say other than I just think this is going to fail horrendously in terms of sales or in terms of reception. And I think this is just a dumb idea to begin with. Nothing against you, Emilia Clarke. Only a little. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.